I'm doing what you guys doing.
Lacoste, give me a percentage then. What you say you think IG's going to win? What percentage chance do you think they've got to win this one?
Well, it doesn't look as dark as it is.
35, in my opinion.
But it's not that dark.
It's not that dark.
That's not too dark, like 65%.
You know, 35% still a good chance. You know, if you have 35% chance to crit, I'll take that.
Not sure that reason. It's fine. It's fine.
Great
You guys agree with that that percentage chance?
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'll go 70-30.
70-30. Okay,
70-30.
Pumping those numbers a bit.
I'll go
Lizard now has to be
60-40.
unique.
Alright, guys,
60-40.
we are
There you
now
go.
on pause, so
29.
we are going to throw it across to our casters. Peek up on Lacoste, take it away for game number 1 of IG versus Ehome.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Thanks so much, Nomad. Yeah, we're going to have fun with this one. IG up against Ehome, getting right into it. I'm going to get different with my numbers. 50-50.
Just straight up 50-50?
Every game is 50-50. Either win or you lose. There's two options.
You're not wrong.
That's all you get.
I don't think we ever had a draw in Dota history. You know, the game goes on for so long, none of the teams can finish it. They just decide, like, we don't want to play this anymore.
There's a patch during
But,
the game.
you know, someone has to type GG first, like, and then you lose. You can't type it at the same time.
Yeah, I guess it becomes a game of mental fortitude at that point if no one can finish. Is that even possible? What would cause that?
30 seconds.
Like, you do not want to play it anymore. You're playing into techies. The other team has, like, some of the best high ground defense. Let's say they have Treant Protector. They have Lich. Everyone is just maxed out. You can't kill the throne. One team has Arc Warden on top of that. And you're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
So you'd offer the draw.
You offer the draw.
chess.
Like, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to eat. This has been going on for way too long, like 7 hours of a Dota game.
Isn't the longest Dota game like 2 hours or something like that? Like
I think
pub
2.5
game?
hours.
I can't imagine the last half of that being exciting until like the end. Because
And then you lose. And after that, you're like,
Yeah.
I want my time back. You know,
the people who lose are just so upset.
I did not want to be a part of this. I did not sign up for this. Imagine if it's a turbo game. Like, you can't just end.
Everybody's 30.
Everybody's 30.
They've
And
been 30 since like minute
Yeah.
20. Oh my god. That's the thing. There's 10 losers in a 2.5 hour game. There's just more loss when you lose. Where you're just so upset. So, take a look at this mid matchup. Emo up against XM. It's a good matchup. I really like both these mids. We get a lot of these good matchups in the Chinese region. I think actually both regions have been impressing me with the mids. You know, the 1v1s, and you know, you've got a lot of high-ranking players. XM used to be a rank 1 in China player. And Emo has just been pretty solid overall throughout his career.
in rank 1, it's okay-ish.
Only okay-ish.
So yeah, it's not that bad of a matchup for Void Spirit. Later it becomes difficult playing into Dream Coil. He will get harassed much more than Puck will do, but Void Spirit, his attack animation is good. He has that Resonant Pulse and First Blood. X-Nova.
Getting the kill onto X-Nova.
Usually X-Nova is the guy that is very, very good at his positioning. Surprised he actually died there against level 1 Nyx Assassin and level 2 Mars.
It's still a similar combo, though, to like the Rubik Mars, where you've got the stun and then the follow-up. But, you know, early on, I don't really expect X-Nova to die. I'm interested to see... I'm always interested to see how X-Nova's wording is going to be. It's like the thing that he's known most for is just his ward positionings and how much vision he can light up for his team on the map. So I'll be interested to see when he moves, if he moves, and then you were talking about, of course, for Ajit on this Phantom Lancer, going into that early hood.
Yeah.
Try and make your game a little bit more playable.
I like what I see. You know, he's playing into a ton of magical damage. Only pure damage they have is the one coming out from Nyx Assassin Vendetta. That's pretty much it. Everything else is magical. Some right clicks from his teammates if he's ulted. But yeah, this hood will keep him alive through most of the fights. Like if he goes for the standard build, like Diffusal Blade into Manta style, or just Manta to tank things up first, it's still not enough. I had a chat with Fog yesterday about one game where Troll like decided to go for Aghanim Scepter when no things will be able to dispel them. It was Team Secret against Viking. And we talked about like the itemization in general. Maelstrom against PL just doesn't work that well. He gets a hood and he's like, I don't care about those Maelstrom procs, you know. So Battle Fury most of the time just seems like a much better choice.
We're seeing a lot of heroes pick up Maelstrom instead of the Battle Fury recently.
Yeah, but against the PL, I still feel Battle Fury is a much better choice.
Yeah.
Like a safer one. Not too much action happening.
Not pretty
Chalice
quiet overall.
on the top lane, you know, I don't think there's kill potential. On the Morphling, he has a magic wand already. Shifts
lane.
everything and then just uses a wand.
Going for Ali, telekinesis, throws him away from the Aether Remnant. Interestingly enough, but Dissimulate's there, purifying flames. And Ali ends up going down to X-Nova. So he was first blood, gets a kill on the Ali, gets one back. A lot of heroes over mid for that 4-minute rune.
Yeah, we see that quite often. Teams just wanted to put pressure on the enemy mid laner and ollie up with the bottle refill.
Get that bottle refill out. Always nice. Have the 5-minute bounty rune, fill your bottle again. Chelsea's also picked up a bottle. We've seen this quite a bit in the Chinese region, the double bottle games, where your offlaner's picking up bottle, trying to maintain and sustain as well. So Ali getting spotted here by Fade. It feels like whenever somebody plays Rubik in like EU or China, there's always a lot of like skill to live up. Yeah. As Fade takes the kill there. More so, I was going to say the you have to live up to like FY Rubik or Yapsor Rubik. Like, everybody's always judging you on that scale when they watch these games.
For sure. Like, these two players are the best Rubik players in the world. The GH is up there as well, you know, so everyone's watching Rubik, one of the most fun heroes and the most unique ones in Dota for sure.
Over mid, Emo already level 6. XM still just at 5, but he's one creep away. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, so we have 4 bottles in this game, which is, I'm going to say a common thing in China, but you said like it's more common than other regions. Mid lane, there's the coil.
That comes down. Aether Remnant locks up Kaka, who lands the Impale. They'll look to finish off XM as they've got the silence with the Waning Rift. But telekinesis, Astral Step. Emo's the one who's dead. They trade XM. They look over at this Nyx Assassin, who will pick up the Arcane Rune and get away from Fade. But it was Emo who died first. He was the one who was being the aggressor.
XM wanted to go back in, get a kill, kind of backfired. But yeah, he got to level 6. You definitely need a raindrop against the Puck. And now Puck will slowly take over to null talismans. It's just every single time the coil is up, you're gonna have an issue playing into that.
It's leaving these side lanes open, because every support's rotating mid. No mana for Fade. XM coming over. He's got his Astral Steps ready to go. Aether Remnant lands. Another Astral Step over Kaka. They'll get the kill into the Nyx Assassin. Meanwhile, Chalice just sitting under the Tier 1 tower. He's got a Vanguard finished off already. Sitting second on the net worth.
Because there's a lot of pressure on the mid lane, and Morphling plus Wyvern, they don't really threaten a kill on Bristleback. Let's see what he can dig with the first shovel. And not the best one. Like, you would want to have a bounty rune, refill your bottle, a lot of value that you get from it.
Do you expect him to just hold on to the trusty shovel? For those
for sure.
potential
He has a
bounty runes?
bottle. Void Spirit doesn't have anything. Like, he's like, sorry bro, I already used the shovel, so I'll just keep it for now. And then you're like, yeah, I forgot about it. And the standard stuff that happens in, you know, across all the ranks in Dota 2. Everyone is super greedy.
So, hypothetically speaking, this game goes like 50 minutes. You think the PL is going to be able to finish the game, just hit the throne? just finish and end the game.
I didn't. Man.
I'm making a very deep reference that nobody's going to get.
Yeah.
Outside
we'll
of this.
hold that thought. Leash on the
Dream
mid
coil.
lane. He just snaps it.
There's no
No
follow-up
damage.
to that. And he's got the hood already on the PL.
Yeah.
Okay. No boost.
So what Beakoff was talking about is our PL. We played a game, me and Black. PL decided to buy Divine Rapier and did not want to hit the throne because, you know, we were already winning and it backfired. We lost the game because we were against techies. Long story short, always try to end the game straight away. Do not play with your prey.
Yeah, the very deep reference that nobody there in chat's going to get is...
Almost I didn't even get it. I was like, what are you talking about?
I was
PL
like, this is
hitting the
not going
throne.
well. This reference is not being picked up by anybody. But yeah, 1K lead right now for IG, despite the fact that the scoreline is 4-2. Arena down, thrown by JT, but XM0 ready to go with the 8th Remnant. Locking down JT, the cold embrace doesn't look like it's going to be enough to save his life. Aja gets the kill. Big rotations from Ehome, and IG, they lose their Mars.
Yeah, that 35% that I talked about doesn't look too bad right now. You know,
No.
it's still a slight gold advantage for IG, but other than that, things are working well for Ehome. Like Bristleback has that Vanguard going into Internal Shroud. He's gonna be very tough to kill.
They found the puck, they'll look for Emo. 8th Remnant landed, but not a lot of mana for Void Spirit to be able to follow up. We've got 83 CS already on this Bristle. Working right into that Shroud. That's Boots Vanguard going into the Eternal Shroud afterwards. I know Black's a big fan of this item on Bristleback.
Yeah, that
Fade
item just
spotted.
feels broken on the Bristle.
But it's not always the standard pickup, right? The Shroud?
Most of the time it is. Like, you want to have that magic damage. Something that Bristle also want to have is some kind of extra mana regen, and the spell lifesteal is... It's good. I think spell lifesteal in general, when you see that effect, you're like, wow, we're not going to be able to kill that guy. It's more of a mental thing than what it actually does.
Right. So Bristle hoping to refill that bottle, using that shovel once again, but only finds himself a healing salve. He's got 3 now.
Didn't find a single bounty so far.
That's my luck.
You know what's my luck? I always get those Kabolds, man.
Stun only hits onto the Bristleback. And Adaptive Strike, Emo here with the Dream Coil. They'll go
One
after
more spray.
Chalice. They need one more shot. And finally finishing off the Bristleback is Fly. Fade, XM, and X-Nova all making the rotation afterwards. The Dissimulate as well as the Resonant Pulse. They'll get at least
he's
one trade.
morphed everything into Agi.
Morphing back into Strength, going after X-Nova, Waveform. Ooh, False Promise from Fade, keeping X-Nova alive. Also steal the Impale. Turning, Fortune's End. It's enough of a route onto Fly as well as the 8th Remnant onto Ollie, but missing the stun. Kaka gets one in return, Fade locked up. However, IG, they're not going to pressure this any longer.
Problem that Ehome has is no real damage against the Morphling, so Morphling should have an easy time. Let's see if they can surprise
still
them.
going for this. They've got the telekinesis into the stolen Impale. Spike characters pop by Kaka, Dissimulate right on top of him. Kaka still by himself, surrounded by 4 heroes, but eventually JT rotates. It's just not in time. As Purifying Flames again, that gets the kill into Kaka, and Chalice back into the fight. Full health, full mana, as well as a full bottle. So he can chase after Fly a little bit. The question is, does Ehome want to dive the tower? And the answer to that is simply
Morphling
no.
very hard to bring down at the moment. No silences. They only have stuns. A root mechanic that is only level 1. The only way they can kill Morphling is when Phantom Lancer gets his Diffusal Blade, burn the mana, and try to play from there. So far, they are very tanky on the Bristleback. Hood done. Vanguard done. Working towards that Hood. PL has a Hood. And you can see like the itemization, Ajit getting that Hood as well. So there isn't many rotations on the bottom lane, which allows Phantom Lancer to free farm.
So Phantom Lancer has this Hood. Does he have anything coming out on the courier? Just the Ironwood tree. 400 gold. How's the Void Spirits game going? He's actually towards the bottom. And that was one of the things that the panel talked about, what Ehome needed to kind of find success in this game was Void Spirit kind of having a big presence early in this game to open it up for PL and have to go off. He's working on that first item, Ags, Brown Boots Ags. Do you like the call?
Sure. I just said they have 0 silences unless Rubik steals one from the puck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess he can afford to go for it since they have 2 tanky frontliners with the PL and the Bristle. And also you have a save. You also have a save from Oracle, so I think you can afford to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit risky, and he's not on the top of the net worth right now. But still, if he manages to get it, it's going to cause a lot of issues. Just jumping the puck, jumping the Wyvern in the back lines, surprising Morph with that silence.
Dream Coil used mid. They've also got the Spear that snaps the coil. X-Nova, he doesn't have False Promise available. The silence on XM, and he's unable to get away. IG just crowd the mid lane and get a kill on XM and also take the tower. So Phantom Lancer going, at least right now, he's got Yasha queued.
I'd still prefer if that's the Fusil Blade. You already invested into Hood, which means that you can fight with the team. And the sooner you get that Diffusal Blade, that means the sooner you can also join a fight. Like right now, you do not want to be in the fights with level 1 Spirit Lance. There's no point for it. So you're just delaying your contribution to the team fight going for Yasha, I think. It's going to excel your farm, but you are tanky enough with the Hood to be able to join fights. So I would like that to be a Diffusal Blade.
We'll see if he switches it up. I know might not be too dead set on it. He's already bought the Blade of Alacrity, but again, you could still shift with just that. Kaka coming bottom, 3 heroes here.
Boink,
Kaka
no
just throwing
mana.
the mana burn. Yeah.
Level 1 mana burn. Like, mana burn in general is just something that like no one wants to play into. You always need mana to cast your spells. I remember back in the days when the Medusa Snake was stealing mana. Yeah, that was just one of the worst things, and with the talent, extra mana stolen.
Where you just get depleted through one snake. Dust telekinesis. Kaka spotted Arena down, but it doesn't catch anybody. Kaka is able to survive for a second, but eventually falls, and so does X-Nova. They get themselves a trade. They'll look over at XM. Dream Coil was already used. They do have Winter's Curse if they want to control with that, but IG just turn around.
Usually I'm not a big fan of 2 Blink Daggers, but in this scenario for IG, like, you want to be able to jump that Oracle, so both Mars and Puck actually got it, and they know that Morphling is going to be able to farm if they just keep them busy. Checking out the Phantom Lancer items right now, he swaps that Diffusal Blade, which I really like. You know, understands that my team actually needs me. I need to fight with the team right now because I might miss the timings.
So, trying to defend mid. JT here, like you said, with the Blink Dagger going into the BKB second. And still Ags for Void Spirit. Their control's kind of lacking on Ehome. Telekinesis. Maybe if you have another stun. Right now he does have Spear. But, you know, sometimes we'll see the Void Spirits go Yules into like an Aether Remnant. But it'll probably be potentially Ags Yules, right? For the Void Spirit, get that extra bit of lockdown.
A bit of a missed timing for them. Void Spirit not that farmed at the moment. If they have Ags plus a Diffusal Blade on a Phantom Lancer, I still feel like they can take those fights easily.
Yeah, and he switched to the Diffusal Blade. He's got that queued up. So, bought the Blades of Alacrity. We thought he might go Yasha, switches it to the Diffusal Blade. So, you know, I agree with the switch. The Arena down. Aether Remnant locks up JT, but XM under the Dream Coil gets killed off by Emo. They'll find us a kill onto Ollie if they could just get the damage out with the Purifying Flames, but he's cold embraced himself. Chalice moving forward.
X-Nova.
Viscous Nasal Goo as well as the Quill Spray. X-Nova caught out of position. JT taking a lot of damage here from Ozjade, who's moving forward with the help of Chalice. They get the kill on a JT. They'll take out 2.
I don't know what Exnoa was doing there. He was across the river, probably trying to get some wards going on, but didn't happen. Also, big item that's gonna really help out Ehome is that Spirit Vessel being built on Rubik. Not the standard build on Rubik, but you can't afford to go for it against the Morph, against the Vibrant Heal. Like, you're gonna get so much value out of this item. And the build on Rubik these days, like, you do not need to max out telekinesis. Because right now, Arcane Supremacy gives you the cast range. Once that's maxed out, it's also a free Ether Lens, so you don't necessarily need to get Ether Lens as well.
We used to see Arcane Boots disassemble an Aether Lens a lot from these Rubiks, but with the Arcane Supremacy and max, 26% Spell Amp, extra 250 cast range, could get you, like you said, into the Spirit Vessel, maybe even a Blink Dagger quicker. And you're holding off on buying that Aether Lens. He's sitting top compared to all the supports on the Rubik. But, you know, the big problem that we've been talking about is the Void Spirit.
Yeah, he's getting caught. No, they're not going to commit. It's only Puck and Nyx Assassin, and they saw Exnoa lurking around, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to go for it.
Dire are scanning.
So 3 heroes from Ehome shifting over towards mid. Well, JT, like we said, he's working on the BKB. He's got the Mithril Hammer already. Spirit Vessel finished for Fate, so it might be a moment to move. Ajit also has that Diffusal going next into the heart.
This is the missing part. The Void Spirit not having Aghanim Scepter in this fight. I like PL getting hard, just tanking up all the illusions. Their burst damage is really not that high at the moment. Like Morphling has, I'm gonna say, defensive items, Mantis style. There's no E-Blade. The Puck still not doing that much.
Go bottom. The look for JT. He throws down the arena, but it's not gonna matter. X-Nova with another kill. He's got himself 3. I thought it was a lot more than that, but you know, Purifying Flames level 4. Have that burst damage potential. Dream Coil coming down to 2. They get the kill on X-Nova immediately. He's leashed up in the Dream Coil still, so Fade trying to defend himself against 3 of these heroes, but eventually he'll fall to the onslaught coming in from IG. Winter's Curse was used on Chalice, trying to keep him out of the fight, but Ali ends up getting killed off by that Bristleback. And after all is said and done, it's a 2 for 2 as Ehome disengage.
At the moment, I think Ehome is not strong enough to take the fights without the Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer is their strongest hero, so they should try to use him.
Bottom lane, Impale hits onto Chalice. They had the Vendetta too, so he was broken for a moment.
That break just lasts only for 4 seconds, and Bristle is, you know, tanky enough with the Vanguard, with the Eternal Shroud Hood, that spell Lifesteal coming in. I don't feel like the break mechanic you get from Vendetta at the later stages of the game does that much to a Bristleback. In theory, yeah, you break him, you kill him, but I don't think it's enough. You know, those 4 seconds, just not gonna be enough. Void Spirit getting very close to that Aghanim Scepter.
Do you think anybody on this lineup for IG pick up like a Silver Edge to add to that break? Is there anybody here willing to go for an item like that?
I don't think you can afford it.
Yeah.
Like Puck wants to itemize for the damage, build
has
the deal with the PL illusions, phase shift attack plus the damage, has the Deso going into BKB to be able to stand the ground and not get his mana burned. PL, very tanky at the moment, keeps everything on strength, power treads and Vambrace, 2.5k HP, very hard to take down.
Yeah, building into that heart, and it's only 1,600 gold away from it. Ajit's been farming real well.
He sees Phantom Lancer, he's like, man, no point in trying to even call someone to get this gank going. I feel like Phantom Lancer is the king of the late game here. They don't have the real answers. Maybe when Puck gets possibly one more damage item, but Morphling still suffers to the mana burn. Also, there is no BKB. Bristleback will become a nuisance to play into. Shroud Vanguard going into Lotus Orb to be able to remove the silences. Great against the Curse.
Just a little mana burn from Kaka there, making Chalice aware of his presence. So what itemization do you think that they should go for on IG if PL's just the king of the late game?
That's a good question. Like, Puck needs to itemize for the damage because they will fall off.
Puck in trouble, getting chased by Ajit. Winter's Curse only on the Void Spirit. Ali whipping himself, trying to get away from Ajit. Eventually, the Dream Coil is committed by Emo. Two defensive ultis here.
Yeah, you see, at this point, he doesn't care about that leash mechanic anymore. He is tanky enough to survive through any initial burst. Doesn't even bother popping the hood. They're going into Roche Pit. They have enough damage. We've seen some Phantom Lancers yesterday struggling, dealing damage to the Roshan, but with the Bristleback's goo, minus armor should be enough. So they fake the Roche, smoke back. I love this move. This is one of the best moves I've seen so far from Ehome. You know, just straight up, we're gonna be on the high ground. There it
The
is.
other way, there's the telekinesis as well as the silence on 3 of these heroes. They get the kill on Ali. They look over at Kaka. They have him up into the air with the Yules. It's his own Yules trying to survive. But they take out both supports. They throw down an Arena, and now IG. They really don't have anything to play with to try and stop this Roche.
I can only imagine what Chad is saying right now, like just jebaited, because that's what they just did, you know. What a move. Like, they plant down a sentry ward, so there is no observer, and go back for the backstab play. Now it's an easy Roche. So yeah, this Phantom Lancer, okay, he decides to pick it up. Can be a bit more aggressive, full heart on him. Not sure if he even wants to get...
Ooh, they find Puck bottom, blow up Emo. XM just coming in, and with the help of Fade, take out this Puck very quickly.
Thinking about Phantom Lancer's item this time around, I don't think you even need a Manta style here. I think could be potentially a waste at the point. Maybe just get like an Abyssal Blade to be able to jump the heroes.
Ooh, bottom. Kaka not landing the stun after the Yules. Pause from X-Nova. This game's sitting even, 15-10.
I wouldn't call this game even anymore. Ehome, I feel this Phantom Lancer and Bristleback will be just too hard for them to kill. X-Nova has been struggling with the positioning. It's very hard. You're playing into Nyx Assassin who can scout you out. Two heroes with the Blink Daggers, the silences. Very hard to play into.
Are you surprised that Ehome are still finding proper execution despite the fact that Void Spirit's game didn't go well?
They kind of recovered. You know, Phantom Lancer decided to go for the right choice this time. Hood, Diffusal Blade, fight with the team. Bristleback was farming quite a lot, and he was always there with the team. So Void Spirit, I'm not a big fan of what I see. It's Kaya and Sanj queued up. Would still prefer if he gets a defensive item. You can't solely rely on Oracle to be able to save you. Oracle working towards his item to, you know, just the Glimmer Cape to be able to survive through the initial burst. So, yeah, either a BKB or a Yule Scepter to be able to remove those silences on the Void Spirit. Sounds like a much better idea. Kaya Sanj, yeah, it will tank you up a bit. Still, you know, feels like there's better choices in this game.
Right. And we'll see if he commits to that. Ollie trying to do what he can here. Chalice up towards top. JT cuts the creep wave. Now Chalice just TPs away. So they get the tier 2 tower for free.
IG cannot fight into this PL with the Aegis. Phantom Lancer still doesn't have anything queued up. I think the item build should be like a Basher, possibly also a Scotty. Scotty just cripples Morphling and also tanks him up quite a lot. So skipping Manta style here, I think it's justified.
Eventually, we'll see what he queues up. Meanwhile, Lotus Orb picked up for the Bristleback. Bristle, even a net worth with the puck, you've got Morphling ahead of the Phantom Lancer for right now, but it's, like you said, it still feels like Phantom Lancer is king of the game. It's not looking like it's going to change, especially while he's holding out of that Aegis. Going into the Scotty next, it's almost like he's listening to you.
You know, great minds think alike. Some of the players are really stubborn when it comes to the like itemization, where they go for the standard stuff, you know, something they feel very comfortable. Like, I need to have a Manta style to be able to dodge things.
Spike Carapace, spear misses. Now they've got
you're
the arena
this
down.
kill.
I think once you miss that spear, for sure, it feels like this does not go your way.
They saw Oracle was behind them, so it was an instant, let's go back. Like, there's no way we're killing him. They still have 2 minutes left on that Aegis. Mid tier 2 tower still standing. So Ehome wants to take a fight right now.
I don't think IG necessarily need to take this fight, especially with no arena.
Dire's middle tower.
It's a tough one to
It's a
defend.
smoke. Like, seems like they
And it's
want to
already
do
broken.
it. Mars with a BKB. 10-second, a fresh one.
I believe that smoke got broken into the Vendetta. Steals the attribute shift. They've got the silence as well as the stun. That comes through on a 3. Dream Coil plays down, but it only hits onto Fade. As now he's able to run. He's got the Lotus Orb on him. Spear thrown over. Latches onto Chalice. Hits him into a tree. Aja trying to chase this Mars. Right click's coming in immediately for the TP out. BKB runs out, but he still is able to escape. So nobody dead on either side. Dream Coil gets committed. The only thing you're holding on to right now for IG is Winter's Curse. Every ulti available for Ehome. Obviously, you know, all you've got really is the False Promise and the Astral Step that matters.
And now they're knocking on your tier 3 towers.
Yeah.
Yep, 50 seconds left on the Aegis. They want to take this fight. Phantom Lancer just feels unkillable, and so does Bristle.
Game net worth-wise sitting at even, but percentage it feels much more now like an 80-20 for Ehome. Winter's Curse on the back lines, but
Not
no
a good
follow-up
one.
for this. They throw the Impale, they've got the stun continuing on to Fade, but now he ends up stealing that Splinter Blast. They'll drop the Dream Coil down. They've got the silence onto this Void Spirit. The False Promise is used on a Fade. XM, that means he's gone. There's no save for this Void Spirit. They got the kill on X Nova. They'll take it a second. They look over at Fade. Fade with a minuscule amount of health, starting to heal up just a little bit as they've got the silence onto Chalice and no more mana on the Phantom Lancer. Kaka trying to disrupt as best he can as Fly goes to the backlines looking over at Fade. The telekinesis as well as the waveform stolen gets some distance between him and this Morphling also blinks away. So he's not going to survive. The Aegis expires as this fight goes on. They land the spear on a Chalice, Lotus Orb on him, the Sun followed up by Kaka. They've got the Fade Bolt thrown out, waveform going on to Fade,
is in
but
trouble.
right into the hands of Ajit. Fly, he ends up dead. You've got the right clicks from this puck that finishes off Fade finally, but Ajit with a double kill taking out JT. This Morphling went in too far, and this Morph is gone.
They should
with
have just
Bristle
went
and
back.
PL
You know, after
surviving
getting
the entire
those
time.
3 kills, IG understands Phantom Lancer and Bristleback can't die, so they deal with the rest. And also False Promise being used on the Rubik, yeah, instead of a Void Spirit. This is why I want Void Spirit to get a defensive item for himself. You know, Sanj will tank you up, but it's not a BKB. They still get the barracks on the mid lane. Phantom Lancer had a double damage. They're not stopping. 27 seconds until Morphling is back, so they should try to use it.
I don't see without the Mars and the Morphling how they deter these heroes, but they'll, on their own accord, back away. You could see just at a point, they were trying to throw everything at these at Chalice as well as Aja, and they just didn't have the damage. They have no way to kill these heroes. They were out of mana on the Phantom Lancer, and it still wasn't enough. I think as well as the Bristle at a point.
Bristle has a mana regen from the talent, Lotus Orb, and can turn Eternal Shroud into mana. All right, they're in. Big kill if they get this one. Silence, yep.
And they'll find the Rubik, but the False Promise is there. The Dream Coil on both supports. They're still looking to finish off Fade. who is now inside the arena, but he's in the phase shift. They get the kill on the Kaka. They'll take it to X-Nova, finish off Fade. BKB TP out by JT. And Emo, his TP's on cooldown. Phase shift, Illusory Orb trying to get some distance. Will do so. Has that Blink Dagger too. Hides within the trees. Still 13 seconds until he's able to TP back home.
Ehome is still very limited on the lockdown for Puck. So Puck can achieve quite a lot. If they don't get the lift on him, Puck doesn't die. Void Spirit's so greedy with his item build. Like rest of the team, he was the one who's, you know, actually, or I'd say it's his fault that the early game didn't go too well for Ehome, and he's now itemizing incorrectly, I'd say. You know, going for that Boots of Travel, it's a 2,000 gold investment. They don't have that much of a split push on IG anyway, so that's like 2,000 gold. That's half of your BKB. Bristleback, however, like Chalice, itemization on point, dropping the gem on the ground to see if there's any wards on the high ground. And now going for Abyssal Blade. Like, he wants to be able to scale. Understands we do not have enough lockdown. Let's get that Abyssal Blade.
And that jump's going to be pretty scary when Chalice finishes off that Abyssal Blade. Just a bristle right in your face, with PL basically to back him up. So we'll see once Chalice finishes this. I'm not sure how IG have to prep or get ready, but it's going to be tough for them to really fight into a bristle with an Abyssal Blade.
Network pretty even, but I think everyone can see that Ehome is in the driver's seat. 2 unkillable cores pretty much. Roshan will respawn in 30 seconds. This is where they want to strike.
Is this the proper itemization for Emo going into the Mjolnir?
Sure. I said that he needs the scale, needs to get the damage. This will help out with dealing with the PL and the illusions, phase shift attack. You have a Deso. I love it. Now Morphling has a BKB, and he also has a Blink Dagger. You know, Blink Dagger doesn't seem like that bad of an investment anymore, because it's upgradable. You do not have to get rid of the Blink Dagger, and he also wants to be able to jump the backline, find Rubik, find Oracle.
What's the preferred blink on Fly? Or on a Morphling?
A Swift Blink just seems really, really good. You don't have the, like, E-Blade. Oh, he's going
just going to Divine Rapier. Okay.
All right.
Chalice, he's spotted. But IG, they just don't know where the rest of the team is. Blink forward, Arena down with the Dream Coil on a 2, but they've got the Son of the Mars as well as the Morphling. Morphling in trouble getting low, but a great Winter's Curse from Ollie keep him alive. The Son of followed up, they get the kill on a Fade. They'll look over at Chalice, he's finally getting low, but the Lotus Orb's on him as well as the False Promise. X-Nova's not being touched on the back line. They get the kill on XM. Phase shift from this Puck, they got the kill on a 2, they'll buy back on Fade. He's back into the fight. They'll go with the Cold Embrace on a Fly. They get the kill on Emo. They'll take the Puck out of this equation, as well as this Morphling. Both gone with no buyback. Telekinesis on to Ollie, make it a third. All 3 gone with no buyback available.
IG, they have one more fight. Probably. Roshan is now up, but Ehome understands we don't have to rush into Roche Pit. We can just take this one, take the top Raxes, and we can fall back to Roche. Check if they have possibly buybacks, try to make something happen. There's still tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, so they can't enter that side. Could possibly knock on the tier 4 towers even.
Yeah, no buybacks used, so they might expect that Morphling and Puck just don't have buyback and maybe go for it, but they'll take what they got, they'll back away. X-Nova is on the low ground, never getting touched in that fight.
Finally, you know, his positioning is rough for this game. A tough matchup to play into. You're playing into 3 Blink Daggers. You're playing into possible Winter's Curse. It's just overall a tough Oracle game. But yeah, he died a couple of times early on. Did some good saves. The sound of PL attacking, but not actually dealing that much of a damage. You know, so unsatisfying.
Pour that into my veins, please. Ajit now with the Aegis again. It's been so tough for them to just take out the Bristle.
Perfect game from
or the
Ajit.
PL.
0 deaths. Didn't even take out that Aegis. Aegis just expired.
Yep.
And he's also working towards the Abyssal Blade.
Why not? Get that Basher. That's always a big pickup for the
this
PL.
game, you know, I'm the one who loves to talk about the itemization quite a lot, how it wins you the game, how it loses you the game. Phantom Lancer this time around, like perfect itemization from him. Like this is what wins you the game. If he didn't have that hood, there would probably be a lot more rotations early on him and a lot more deaths, which means less farm.
So Dire have this ward up on the cliff. This Tinker ward just trying to hold some vision as they sit in here inside the trees, maybe looking to surprise Ehome with a fight. But this can be a do-or-die moment. Aether Remnant, ooh, in a pretty much perfect spot. It knew where GT was going to be. A spear, missing all those trees. And now they've got the BKB pop by Emo as well as the Dream Coil onto Chalice. This is a tough one. Abyssal Blade coming through onto Ollie. They get the kill into the Winter Wyvern. Buys back immediately, Arena down, and a stolen Dream Coil. That's on the Fly. They get the kill on a Fade. They take out the Rubik, and now they look over at Chalice once again. JT's Arena is decent to lock in Ajit as well as Chalice for a moment, but they're focusing their attention onto Fly. They look over now at XM, who will use that to simulate to get some distance between him and the side of IG, and he's safely across with the Astral Step over the river. But Fly, Ajit having a one-on-one, and well, really, Fly's just on the run. He can't get out of this Ajit grasp, but finally Ajit changes his eyes and is look over onto this Emo
he's out
puck.
of mana.
Ooh, Winter's Curse. Emo surviving for a little bit longer, and he blinks away. The False Promise, a 3-man stun. Fortune Zen with the Spike Carapace, that will stun up this Oracle. Kaka, though, hit with the Abyssal Blade, and no way he gets out. Dominating for Chalice, and all they got out of that was Fate. IG, it seems like such a long fight.
And only 3 deaths, actually. 1 buyback from Oli, that's it. And I believe Ehome can go and try to finish this game. Like, you can see how much damage Puck actually deals in those fights. With this type of a build, just clears most of the PL illusions with it.
So Mars on the other side, ooh, they find Oracle, so that means no False Promise, no save. BKB's been popped by Emo. Now Dream Coil down, XM dead, 3 heroes gone with no buyback. This is an opportunity for IG. Abyssal, though, used on Emo. They've got the Cold Embrace. That's going to save the Puck. They finally get the kill on the Chalice. They take out this Bristleback. He doesn't have buyback.
One-man
and
army.
it's 1v4. Can Ajit do it? Fly, everybody hitting away at this Phantom Lancer. Ajit, he's got himself a second life with the Aegis as he looks over at Fly. He's got the bash. Can he get the kill on the Morphling? No, it's not enough. At least not with this first life. They're doing so much just to get the Aegis out of his hands. X-Nova has buyback, finally available, and now, Fly's dealing with no health, no mana. He needs to get out of this one. All they get is the Aegis. Ajit hits away at Kaka, and now he has to get away with the Glimmer Cape. Mana burns him. All that for just an Aegis. Meanwhile, creeps are in on your base, and they've taken one of the tier 4s almost a second.
Phantom Lancer is just very hard to play into at this point of the game where you don't have enough AoE. Puck is pretty much your only AoE to deal with the illusions. He needs 1 more creep camp to be level 25 on the Phantom Lancer. Once he gets that, he also finds the illusion escape because why not?
Talk about a great item for him. Critical Strike, 24% chance added.
I like that 1 more here. There aren't too many things that he can dispel with the Doppelganger. So, and you could feel that he doesn't deal that much of a damage. So, yeah, Critical Strike will help out quite a lot.
Will these 25s help IG if they can get to them? Like, is it enough? It feels like it's just so hard to kill Ajit. They were able to get Chalice this time. The lead's only 1k. But are these abilities enough? You know, Morphling getting that 25, Puck getting into a 25. Are you taking the Dream Coil Rapid Fire or the Waning Rift AoE range?
You're all in, baby. On the damage, Dream Coil Rapid Fire, and I see Refresher Orb queued up.
Daedalus for the Morphling, no longer that divine as he feels very fragile in these fights.
Yeah, just wants to get any cheap damage when you're locked inside your base. Enemy is controlling the secret shop. Like, you just buy Crystallis because that is your damage.
So I assume Morphling buys out for this. If and when he gets the chance to. He's got the gold for the Demon Edge. Just needs 600 more for the rest of the Daedalus. So tough to get over to that secret shop right now, as that is infested with Radiant heroes. They're all over towards bottom, and you can see IG. They're in an interesting spot on the map. Emo picking up an Arcane Rune. He's able to bottle that one. So the cooldown reduction already with the Spell Prism. Get an Arcane Rune. Potentially have a moment where more than one Dream Coil is able. Math again. I know you're already. I can see.
I'm just looking at you. You were ready. Like, yeah. Let's do the math, guys. Again. 4.9 duration. 3.25. You know, Arcane.
Exponentially.
Yeah. Let's check this one out. It's still not enough to be perma in the phase shift.
No.
But very close.
I don't know if I was going to speak numbers, but you definitely caught me doing math. Every game. 5-man smoke coming out from Ehome. They're going to try and catch IG off guard, which they have. Abyss Blade used. That's on the Mars. Now they'll look over as they got it on the back lines over onto Emo. He's down to half health already as they find their attention on Ollie. He's silenced up, in some trouble, ends up dead, gone for 75 seconds. They have the False Promise finally on to XM. He'll survive this fight for now. Emo getting away. Phase shift once again. False Promise isn't going to be enough. They get the kill on Kaka. That's going to be a second dead on the side of IG. He'll buy back immediately. They get the kill on XM. He's also got buyback available as Flyfly trying to run with a Diffuse Blade, burning his mana out. But Flyfly waveform all the way onto the high ground. Took that double waveform at 25. That just helps him escape. They've got 4 available. 50 seconds until the Winter Wyvern's up, but all 5 ready to go on Ehome, potentially looking for Mega Creeps. They'll start on the tier 3. And Chalice and Ajit will lead the way. Dream Coil used onto 2. There's the Abyssal. But now another Abyssal. Emo getting locked up. They're doing the damage on the Chalice. They'll get the kill. He's got for 95 seconds. He doesn't have buyback. The gems on the deck. Waveform forward, looking over at Ajit. It's only 1 life they have to get through this time. He morphs into the Phantom Lancer, but there's the stolen Dream Coil by Fade. That locks up the Nyx Assassin as well as the Morphling. He'll steal the Mana Burn, which can be very difficult to get through, as now X-Nova's also dead.
But the Throne. They got
The
rid of the
Throne?
tier 4
Ooh.
tower, and it's dropping low. It has a region. They still need to be careful. Like Bristleback, he has that Minotaur Horn, but also needs a BKB. Like, he's tanky, but, you know, not as tanky as he thinks.
So they hold. They're breaking through Chalice now. They've killed Chalice in consecutive fights.
Man, Void Spirit, he has 2 items, 43 minutes in. Rubik is almost as farmed as him. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, his farm has been very slow
Radiant
overall.
scanning.
And this should be the Daedalus. Yeah.
And Puck also about to finish Refresher Orb. So double Dream Coil, double
Radiant's
BKB,
turret
double
has been
Mjolnir,
killed.
and most importantly, double Dream Coil Rapid Fire. Do not forget that talent is online.
But is the damage enough from the Dream Coil Rapid Fire? Waveform, they've taunted up. Flyfly in so deep, Morphling! In too far! Emo trying to hold this one, but he ends up getting stunned. They get the kill on X, and they take out the Void Spirit. He's going to be gone for 108 seconds. The Abyssal Blade is used on Ollie once again. They're trying to get the Winter Wyvern out of the fight, so he can't use that Winter's Curse. They'll get the stun that hits out of the Bristleback. They lose this Winter Wyvern as well as the
He doesn't
Morphling.
get it.
Oh, Fate Silence steals the Impale, just can't stun him, and now they have to defend without Morphling for 80 seconds.
Roche will respond in a second. They probably think that Morphling has a buyback, enough gold, because he doesn't. He's about to have it. They picked up bounty runes. Or
So
did
this
they?
is Ag's Blessing. Aegis Cheese, Ag's Blessing. Both heroes on IG have buyback. They're just not close enough to go for this. They do have an outpost, but you need to be careful. Creeps over mid. They're pretty close to the base. Ollie's courier goes down, so Obviously, they're aware of this. They'll buy back on 2 of these heroes. I don't know if it's going to be quick enough. They're trying to TP into the outpost. Kaka may be looking over to land a stun. He's got the spike arrows. Aegis is picked up. Now they've got the spear. That hits on a fly fight, but the telekinesis comes in into JT. He no longer has any mana to work with. Ajit now the Abyssal Blade. The stun comes out from Kaka. They've got the Cold Embrace. That's going to save this Mars for just a moment. The Dream Coil is going to be used and hits onto X-Nova, who snaps it. He gets hit by the phase shift and now ends up dead. X-Nova's
PL
gone.
is out of mana. He
XM's
needs
still
to stand his
gone.
ground in the fight. Like, you need to fight with the PL.
That could be a problem. JT dead. Now PL getting low. Fade's gone. They've got the silence. They look over at Ajit. They'll take the first life. They're going to buy back on Fade. It'll be 3 seconds until they've got the Phantom Lancer back up with 4 heroes available. Winter's Curse still there and ready for Ollie. But the Bashley's coming in. They've got the Winter's Curse. Oh, Fly in some trouble. They've got the Cold Embrace as well as the BKB. So Fly going to survive for now, but the Abyssal Blade is used onto the Morphling. And now they get the kill on the Fly. They'll take him out. He's dead for 2 minutes. And they look over at Kaka. They got the kill on the Nyx Assassin. 4 heroes dead. If they could just get the kill to the Phantom Assassin or Phantom Lancer, sorry, that would be enough. But it's just Emo to try and make it happen as creeps are pushing into the base, and Emo needs to defend by himself. You've got 70 seconds before anybody's up for IG.
He can't do it. I mean, this puck is super farmed. He has a ton of right-click damage, but still not enough to hold this one on his own. Man, for a second I was worried. They were not connecting with the Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer, once he's out of mana, you know which one is real pretty much.
On the
And,
back line, Abyssal, Emo gone, everybody dead, buys back, still trying to defend, doing everything he can, but eventually IG will call GG. And Ehome are the victors of this first one. They take out that puck twice, and things come crumbling down inside the IG base.
Whew, man, great itemization from Phantom Lancer.
Yeah.
Void Spirit seems like he wanted to throw the game with his itemization.